Good morning. I'm Tom Kimball with the Tennessee District Attorney General's Conference. I want to talk to you today about a new law that takes effect July 1, 2014 concerning the use of transdermal alcohol and drug monitoring devices. This law passed in the General Assembly in 2014. Its sponsor in the House was William Lamberth. In the Senate it was Mike Bell. And this particular law simply puts into effect what many courts have already been doing. They've been using transdermal monitoring devices to support offenders who are on probation or in treatment, DUI courts, and things of that nature. But this puts into law specifically that the type of device can be used for pretrial diversion and judicial diversion, can be used for probation, and it can be used for parole. It also sets out a very specific definition at 5510.124, and that definition says that the device has to monitor at least every half hour to see if a person has consumed any alcohol. Now, in this law, the sponsor specifically said alcohol and drugs because many of the makers of these devices are very close to or may have already produced transdermal devices that will detect up to 5 categories of drugs, those most common categories of drugs. Now, we've had these devices around for a while in Tennessee. We started using them 6 or 7 years ago, and at that time they were very bulky. They went on both sides of the ankle. Offender had to strap this on, and then it would send a signal back to the monitoring agency who would determine if a person had at least a 0.02 level of alcohol or not. We've used these to support treatment. We've used them as a condition of probation in various locations. We've used them as a pretrial bond condition in various locations, and they've helped us a great deal. So this new law, Public Chapter 567, expands where we can use them to include pretrial diversion, judicial diversion, probation, and parole. It's already in the law that they can be used for bond purposes. We hope that this provides a useful tool to monitor offenders, especially those that are at a serious risk of reoffending, either while on bond or after a plea or while in a treatment court or in a DUI or drug court, while they are in a situation where they're still at risk. William Lamberth, in explaining this to the legislature, talked about how some offenders use this as a crutch to keep themselves out of trouble. They can turn down their buddies who invite them to go party because they can point to this ankle bracelet and say, look, if I reoffend, I'm going back to jail, and I don't want to go back to jail, so I can't go with you. So for people that are trying to stay on the straight and narrow, they're trying not to reoffend, this is a great tool. We hope it is helpful, and we hope that it saves some lives. Thank you.